I can't see the camera.
Yeah, this wasn't a good idea. All right, this is much better.
But there's always room for more hydrangeas.
Definitely much room in this garden for more hydrangeas.
And that's what we're doing today. We're making more room for more hydrangeas because we just can't have enough of these beauties.
Yeah.
We actually have the perfect area, perfect back garden, plenty of good light, morning sun, and all those great things we will talk to you about pretty soon.
So for any of you that have been following along with the whole secret garden project that we have going on back here, you can just imagine having all these hydrangeas in here, and we'll update you guys later where we're actually going to put these. Right now we're just going to plant them and talk a little bit about the hydrangeas that we have, but I think it's going to look great back here.
Yes, it's going to be amazing. So first of all, hello and welcome to Garden Obsessions. I'm Angie.
And I'm Ambrose.
And yes, we're obsessed with hydrangeas, and that's what we will be doing today.
Just a little bit.
Plant a lot of hydrangeas.
Yep.
And we're going to show you on this video how to plant up hydrangeas. And first we want to tell you what is a great time to plant a hydrangea. Any type of hydrangea really is really when they're dormant or when the weather's still cool, early spring, or even in fall.
Yep.
Before, give them a good time, give it a good time before the ground's going to freeze. Bed.
You can't break the rules though. We have done it before where we've actually planted hydrangeas in the middle of summer, and yes, it is hot, but there are times when, like most of us, we go into the nurseries and you see this big, beautiful hydrangea blooming, kind of like we did with some limelights, and you just want to take them home and put them in the ground. Now, although you are breaking the rules there, you can still do it, but that's by using great fertilizer and taking tremendous care of your hydrangeas when you get them in the ground or in a container during summer.
It's a lot, it's a little bit more work, and of course, don't expect for the plant to be doing all this wonderful, great stuff. But with that said, let's get going and let's start showing you the first one and planting it.
Yep.
So this right here is blue Jangles. Making sure that's what we have. Let's Dance blue Jangles, and it's a big leaf hydrangea.
Definitely a beautiful one. It's got the blue color here. It can also turn pink as well.
Yes.
But while Angie is getting this pot ready.
Yes, let them know what we have done to the pot and what I'm going to put in there.
All right, so basically, it's the basics with planting a hydrangea in a container. Now, this is a relatively small container for a hydrangea, but we want these to stay relatively small. We don't want them to overgrow because we do a lot of container gardening here. And if you haven't been following along, that's not the specialty, but that's kind of what we like to do around here because of our small living situation. So what we have here is we just drilled some holes in this container, just 3 basic holes, enough to give it some good drainage. And then one thing we like to do with all of our shrubs is add some bark mulch to the bottom of the container because we like the mulch to retain the moisture, but we also want it to freely drain throughout the bottom and not retain too much moisture as far as waterlogged, so the hydrangea does not become root rot.
It rains a lot here where we live. So we live in Virginia, zone 7B, and we get quite a bit of rain.
Yeah.
Okay, so about 2 inches of mulch.
Yep. Do about 2 inches of mulch.
This is regular no-dye bark.
Yep, just regular pine bark mulch, no dyes added. Just what you buy, what you see is what you get. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and fill this container up about halfway.
And we love to use the espuma soil because it actually it keeps moisture in the container, in the hydrangea, the soil, but not to the point where it's soggy. I just love it so much because it really holds, the amount that it needs for hydrangeas, and hydrangeas love moisture.
Yep.
Okay. So if you want to go ahead and get this one out.
All right.
We're just dancing back and forth with them.
Yep.
Careful with your coffee. Should have waited for coffee.
All right. So we got this big boy right here. We're gonna
Where's
put that
the biotone?
in the container. Actually, yep. Almost forgot the biotone. Again, that's one of the successes that we have in the garden with hydrangeas. Starts with the biotone. And mainly because the biotone helps these roots develop a little bit better than they normally would without anything added into it. Because what it does is when you do transplant a plant, let's say for instance, breaking the rules, transplanting in summer where it's very, very hot, you don't want your plant to go into shock. So the biotone really comes in handy and almost prevents that plant shock from happening.
This is what has always helped us a lot in summer when we plant them. I'm not going to drink my coffee.
Nope.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and read a little bit about it. We're not going to get into so much detail. Later throughout the season, we'll be showing you each individual hydrangea. So this one right here is Let's Dance Blue Jangles. It's a big leaf hydrangea, and it's a reblooming hydrangea. This one, of course, is sun or part shade. It is hardy 5 through 9, zones 5 through 9. And the reason it doesn't get that code here is a zone 7B, but I do want something that I know that is going to make it through the really cold weather. So it's really good to know that it's all the way hardy down to a 5. Also, in lighting, it says sun or part shade. We're going to have it in an area where it's going to get all morning sun, because they do need light. They do need at least 4 to 6 hours of sun a day, so they can, put on those buds. They can form those blooms. How we're in a zone 7B, it does get the sun can get really hot in summer. So it works perfect for us having it out back here in this area, which is a northern part of our garden, where it gets all morning sun, and then it takes a break, and then towards the end we get one last hit of light. So that's really, it's really good. So this is not a real big hydrangea either, so it's perfect for small space gardens. This is a 1 to 2 feet tall and wide hydrangea, so it's perfect for us. Now, that's being in the ground. That's how big and how tall and how wide it's going to get. Having it in a container, it might not,
Well, it's already there, so that's probably about as big as it's going to get here.
Yes, and like we told you in the beginning, we will only have it like this maybe 1 or 2 seasons, and then we will move it on to, another container.
Yep. So
a bigger container.
That's the first hydrangea. We're going to go ahead and move along. Andy's going to do one, then I'm going to do one, and then we'll talk about them while we're doing the planting real quick.
Another thing is mulch. We will be mulching every single one of them once we're done. It's very important, especially as it starts to get hot.
Yep.
They need to retain a lot of the moisture and water them really well.
Yep.
Okay, I'm moving this one over.
All right, so moving on to the next few hydrangeas. I am planting this big boy right here, and the hydrangea I'm going to use is right here.
That is a big one.
It is a big one. Now this one is Let's Dance Starlight. So I'll put the information on the video just to give you guys some information about it. But I'm going to go ahead and get this guy planted in this big container right here. Now I can already see I'm going to need a little bit more soil. So I'm going to add just a bit in there to bring it up.
And we already have the mulch underneath. Did the same thing as the other ones. The containers must have holes too. We already drilled them in there. I added my biotone, and I'm planting Invincible Wee White, which is a smooth hydrangea.
All right, so look at that. I think this one's just going to be a beauty once it gets planted in there. Just give you some information on this one real quick. Again, Let's Dance Starlight, big leaf hydrangea. Hardy in zones 5 to 9. Loves sun or part shade, and as Angie has explained, it's going in the secret garden back here, so we get some morning sun and then that beautiful afternoon shade. So it'll do just fine in here. It gets about 2 to 3 feet tall and wide, so not quite there, but in a container, because it's such a small hydrangea, just like the last one, it may reach that potential. We're talking about 6 to 8 footers. Now those guys will not get that big in containers, but it's possible. Blooms in early summer to late summer. No need to prune, just like, and then once we get it planted again, we'll give it a good amount of holly tone to get these guys fertilized as well.
So this is what we call our native hydrangea that comes from the variety of the Annabelle that we all know. But this is a very small one called a petite type of smooth hydrangea, Invincible Wee White. So this one needs a lot more sun. They can take more sun than these right here that we've been showing you already. It's hardy 3 to 9. So it's a super hardy hydrangea. This one to me is one of those that is just indestructible. It's a really, really good hydrangea. Okay, so it grows 1 to 2.5 feet wide and height as well. So it's not a big one. So it's perfect to have in a small garden in containers. There was a reason why I wanted this one too, not just because it is small. It's an early summer bloomer and through fall. And I think what it does too, I'm trying to find that because that's the reason that I wanted it too. It starts to change its blooms towards the end with a little bit of a rosy on their pink. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. We will have this one, how it can take a little bit more sun. We will be having it towards this side of the garden actually. It's still the north area, but the sun hangs around there a little longer. So that's the fun part about having this garden.
All right, so we are done with these. Move on to the next two. All right, so next 2 containers, and Angie's excited because it's one of the hydrangeas that she's been wanting for.
I couldn't find this one
last
year.
She's been wanting it for quite some time, but we actually found it, so she's very excited for it.
And found the big one too.
Oh, and a big one, yep. So, all right.
I am talking about tiny tough stuff, which is a mountain hydrangea.
Yep. So, Angie has tiny tough stuff. I have just regular tough stuff. She thinks hers is more special, but they're both going to do just as good.
They're both beautiful, but actually, I'm really happy to be planting a mountain hydrangea because before we moved here, I got rid of a mountain hydrangea that I just adore so much. But I don't feel bad because we get to try. It wasn't a Perwinter's variety, so yeah. I'm excited to be trying.
And as you can see, I mean, the growth on these guys already look beautiful. I mean, it's got a lot of green foliage on it already. I don't think Angie even talked about it, but one of the other ones that you planted already had some buds for me, huh?
Actually, it's this one.
Oh, so
yes. So I'll have you.
Yeah, I'll make sure to zoom into that so you guys can see the little buds that are starting to form. But so the weird thing about that one is that it sits in nearly complete shade.
Yeah, it still gets some morning sun, but I'm surprised how much. The reason we're saying that is because it's way on the bottom.
Yeah.
So you wouldn't think it's, getting a lot of sun. It's getting all the sun in the morning, but it's leafed out pretty good.
So I'm going to start planting mine.
Okay. You want to tell them about yours or tell them about mine?
You go ahead.
Okay. So tiny, tough stuff. Really reliable bloomer. This one here is one to 2 feet tall and white. That's how much it grows, and it's zones hardy 5 through 9. Once again, we're in 7B, so it works wonderful for us. It's bloom time. It's an early summer through fall bloomer, and just trying to make sure I don't sun or part shade. So we were talking to y'all about that, about the lighting, and it's perfect for here. Is already, like I said, forming its flowers.
Yep. So Angie's done talking about that one. I'm going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about this one right here. Now, this is tough stuff. Again, it's a mountain hydrangea, just like the one that she has. But this one is a little bit bigger than the tiny tough stuff. It actually grows about 2 to 3 foot tall and wide. It takes sun or part shade. And again, we've already said it before. If you're in the secret garden, you get that morning sun and then that shade where this one is actually going to go at. All right, so this one also blooms in early summer through fall. So it'll have just a show all through summer, and then hopefully in fall. We have a nice warm fall here, so it should be flowering some and look beautiful in there as well. And just like the rest of them, we're just going to plant them up to the crown on these small containers here, fill them up with soil, and then put some mulch on top so they retain some of that moisture.
Making sure it's nice and straight. You just want to push me with the soil, don't you?
You're trying to sabotage me. It's not a race, okay?
Really? Wow. This one,
Yeah.
these containers, wow.
Yeah, so
They took a while to fill in.
it's like a never-ending container. It's a bow shape, so it took quite a bit of soil to get in there.
I was a little worried about the size, thinking that they
Yeah.
were too small containers. No, they'll be okay in here for at least
Yeah, so
a season or two.
let's move these aside so that we can close out this video.
Yeah.
All right, guys, so we just got done planting all these hydrangeas and got the dirty hands, got to clean up some stuff, but it was definitely a lot of fun.
So excited to see, to have something to look forward to.
Yeah.
Watch them bloom
Yeah.
as the season continues going.
Yeah, so if you have been following us again with everything that we have going on so far, it's going to be exciting to have all this stuff in our secret garden here that we're going to be able to enjoy back here.
Yeah, I think it'll bring that extra, what is that extra magical look
Yeah.
to this little secret garden area.
Yep, I think that's something.
Let them know about the containers.
Oh, yes. So we do get a lot of questions about the containers that we do use in the garden. Just throwing it out there, I go around and we both go around and look to see where we can find containers. A lot of times we just get them from Walmart, Home Depot, or Lowe's. If I have any of the links or descriptions of these containers, I'll put them down below. That way you guys can take a look at them. But that's basically what we do. Last year was a little bit hard to find containers.
It was super hard.
Yeah.
It was hard looking for them. But not that there wasn't containers out there, but the look that we're going for. We like more of the neutral colors, grays.
So, yeah, definitely try to keep it neutral for everything that we have going on here as far as the container gardening goes.
So that's going to do it for the video, and we hope that you enjoyed it very much and that you got to learn on planting hydrangeas, or you got something out of this video.
And to keep up to date with these hydrangeas, make sure you follow along on Instagram, Facebook, and of course here on YouTube, and remember to bloom where you are planted.